This is the story of the Christian Aboriginal Parent-Directed School, CAPS, Kurrawang. The school has a strong Christian focus and is situated in Kurrawang Aboriginal Christian Community, 8.3 kilometres west of Kalgoorlie, just off the road to Coolgardie in the goldfields of Western Australia. The Kurrawang community, which is self-governing, was once a Christian mission. An executive board of volunteers, alongside 2 full-time and 2 part-time staff, manage the community's housing and other facilities. The school is housed on the community's 324 hectares of freehold land owned by the Kurrawang Corporation.
Okay, well, this brings us to the last item on the agenda for today, Kurrawang School.
Well, the government says it's going to close the school if we don't get the student numbers up.
We need someone from our own people.
Let's pray that God will send us the right person.
Well, God has sent us Kylie.
She was born and raised in Kalgoorlie.
She's never been to school before.
She's enthusiastic. She knows the families in the community.
Let's give her a chance to turn things around. Agreed? Good. Then I'll bring this meeting to a close at 11:45. Thank you, everybody.
It's a big job, Auntie Kylie.
Yes, it is. This school was so neglected previously, but it's a job worth doing.
How many students did you say again?
23 by the end of the year. We just need another 14.
It's way more than double. Do you need any help, Auntie Kylie?
Oh, I think it's pretty much done for now. The walls in the classroom have been painted and we have new flooring.
It already looks 1,000 times better than it did. And once you get the new uniforms, it will be like a new school.
Yes, our kids deserve the best. If we show them we really care, they will come.
Good evening. I am Michael Fullen, Professor Emeritus at Ontario Institute for Studies in Education. A life's work on the factors that make effective organisational change led me to the conclusion that leaders must have moral purpose. That is, every action they take must seek to improve the lives of those affected by change, and it must improve relationships. This involves cultural transformation, changing what people value and how they work together. This is deep, complex change. It involves emotional intelligence, self-management of emotions and empathy.
Right, has everybody got their seatbelts on? I'm not moving this car till you've got your seatbelts on.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, in spite of the bossiness of this car, I'm really glad we decided to drive this time rather than flying. Hopefully it's going to give us a bit more time to reflect on the visit and what we've learned.
As long as it's not all work, we need some fun. I've got a great playlist we can sing along to on the way home.
I'm pretty open to that, but seriously, we said we wanted to dig a bit deeper than our last trip in November, where our aim was mainly to build relationships and understand the school context by spending time yarning with the school community. I'm keen to know how this trip helped us to clarify further and to extend the themes that we talked about before.
Well, I was pretty happy that we spent some time making sure we got it right by doing a research check and asking people to look at what we'd written and change or add anything they wanted to.
Yeah, this is really important, especially as it's a collaborative project, and we need to keep working with our partners to make sure the voices of the school community are front and centre of the research.
You know what stood out for me again was Kylie's role in all of this and the need to have a strong leader with a clear vision and values. Like when everyone we spoke to agreed with these statements made by the teachers, Kylie is what makes the school special. The school succeeds because of Kylie. The children love Kylie, and Kylie is a maverick. Everyone saw Kylie as the key.
And a leader who is supportive and caring of her staff and their well-being. This is clear even with Kylie organising care packages for the staff and families when they're ill or in need of some extra care. She encourages mental health days.
I wonder, do you think it's important for this strong leader to be Aboriginal? I hesitated to use the term as First Nations, Indigenous, etc., as what's used quite often, but I've been told by members of the school community that the term Aboriginal is the preferred one.
Absolutely. In this context, it gives Kylie the ability to, as she puts it, walk between two worlds.
Hello everyone, I'm Jacinta Cracker, a former Indigenous Graduate Research Fellow at ASA. I have seen schools in which Aboriginal teachers actively involve young Aboriginal children in learning. There is often a strong Aboriginal presence at the school, both in terms of students and staff. As well, strong links between the community and the school are evident and seen as vital in promoting a smooth transition between home and school.
Kylie wants the students not to be behind the eight ball, as she puts it, and to embrace mainstream situations and education. But at the same time, the children do spend time in the bush. What did she say again?
Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, I found it. Listen to this. Yes, we are a community school, but we're more about mainstream. We do things obviously really quite differently here because we want to try, and yeah, we're meeting the needs of our kids. We want them to be successful to go to any mainstream school. So we want to ensure our kids have the confidence to walk into another school and not feel ashamed.
Hello, Jacinta Cracker here again. As you know, Aboriginal Australians are often framed from a deficit perspective, whereby the failure of Indigenous children to engage with mainstream educational system is seen as the problem. An alternative and more useful approach to Indigenous early education discourse is to account for the strength of Aboriginal children starting school.
You're very quiet. What were your experiences?
Well, I did my first placement at Kurrawang School and it was really life-changing for me. Now I really feel why we shouldn't judge a child by their appearance. I remember this little Ken, he never had shoes, and when we did this bushwalk with the whole school, he was walking next to me only with his yellow socks, but he was so happy and engaged. And his elder sister, every day in the morning she entered the school bus with tears in her eyes, but when we arrived at school, she was so happy and willing to learn and grateful. And now I really understand why we as teachers need to create classrooms where every child feels valued and safe and belonging.
And that supportive environment extends to the way that they transport children to and from school, the way they provide food and scholarship for them. They support children in every way.
And what I always will remember, I taught the children a lesson about my home country and the cultural differences to Australia. And I asked them to draw my flag. And suddenly I realized that they were drawing Aboriginal symbols into my flag. And I asked them, why are you doing this? And they said, because your flag and our flag have exactly the same colors. And I was so touched by these open-minded and creative children. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
I think it's clear that the whole school's encouragement of agency, choice-making and self-responsibility is why the children are so self-confident and develop a sense of self-worth.
Yes, students are valued by adults, are listened to and are afforded care. And this is why we can really see what one of our teachers claimed, students self-regulate their behaviour, we work with them at their own pace, and everyone can express themselves. This definitely creates a positive socio-affective atmosphere.
I hope we can get permission to show the school play, as this is such a good example of ownership, children's agency and working together with mutual respect.
No wonder they're one of the top schools for attendance, and their caring community interaction means they know the reasons when children are not attending.
It's so interesting how they are so flexible and encourage children who are temporarily in the community for business to attend school and become part of this safe, supportive environment.
It's so telling, the fact that the children don't like it when the school is closed and even want to attend during school holidays. Some said they wish they could stay on for high school.
Hi, I'm Karen Osterman, a Professor of Foundations, Leadership and Policy Studies. While I wrote this a long time ago, I still hold it to be valid, that students who experience acceptance and belonging are more highly motivated and engaged in learning and more committed to school.
I think we need to draw a diagram of this as an ecological model. That way, we can start visually interpreting it.
I would, but I get car sick. Anyone else?
Stop. I think we need a break from the car, so maybe we can finish over coffee.
Yes, please, I really need to stretch my legs.
Pull over, let's get out. I've got some wool. Let's get some exercise at the same time. Start mapping it out. Off we go, everyone. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a statement and then throw the ball of wool. The person who catches the wool will make a statement and throw it to the next person. So hang on to your wool, all right?
Okay.
Strong leadership with clear sense of purpose and vision.
High expectation of students.
Strong knowledge of students' home backgrounds.
School is kinship, extended family.
Focus on well-being to enable students to focus on learning.
Students are valued by adults, are listened to and afforded care.
Students self-regulate their behaviour, creating a positive, socio-affective atmosphere.
Community of learning, shared relationships and role models.
High levels of attendance, achieved by means of principals' advocacy of the importance of education.
Teachers recognised by parents for being passionate about children's learning.
Children are ambassadors in
Wow,
the community.
what a complex map this is, isn't it? This really shows all the intricacies of the whole project and how complex the whole school is. Hello, I am Lucy Ockenden, and I'm going to have the last word, as the researchers believe that these common characteristics of schools that are more effective for Indigenous students are highly visible in the school that we are talking about. Strong and effective school leadership, a positive school culture that encourages care and safety among students and staff, as well as a strong and positive sense of Indigenous student identity. Committed teachers with the skills and knowledge to effectively engage and develop relationships with Indigenous students, and who have very high expectations for their students. High levels of community involvement in the participation in school events.